Hello, everyone, and welcome. I can't believe that we are already here in the very last week of the month of October. Time is just flying, and we're learning so much. This week, we are going to be multiplying multi-digit numbers by one-digit numbers using partial products and the standard algorithm. So multi means more than one, so we'll be multiplying 2-digit, 3-digit, 4 digits, maybe even 5-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. So as I've said previously, it is incredibly important that your child is constantly studying and memorizing the multiplication table. These basic multiplication facts are going to help your child really move along nicely as the problems get more and more difficult. So today I want us to start by going over some vocabulary and really making sure that we understand and we're clear about what the terms and the words that we're going to be hearing throughout the week and even far beyond, what they mean, so that we're able to really use them appropriately when we're working through problems and solving multiplication problems. So a factor is any number that is multiplied by another. So in this case, 728 and 5 are factors. Product refers to the answer to a multiplication problem. So 3,640 is the product of this problem. A partial product. So this may not be familiar to you, but partial has to do with a part of something. So we can hear that word part in it. So when we multiply a number by each place value, we call that a partial product or a part of the total product. So once we have the partial products, we then add them together to find the total product or the whole product. So in this example, 728 times 5, the partial products are 3,500, 140. And then the total product or the whole product is the product here. So 3,640. And finally, very important to really know and to understand is the standard algorithm. We have worked with the standard algorithm in the past, the standard algorithm of addition and subtraction as well. But what this is really is the way in which we line up our numbers when we are making calculations. So we're specifically going to be focusing on this first example here. I know that you most likely have learned how to multiply, right, using this form here. That's the way that I learned as well. But another way to do it, to really understand where the numbers are coming from, is what is here. So we'll be paying very close attention and using this way more. Now let's get into some problems. Let's start with 2 by 1 multiplication. 2 by 1 just means 2 digits multiplied by 1 digit. So here we have 58 times 3. Last week we worked on using the area model, so I'll start by demonstrating this as a review. We have a rectangular box. We want to have the single digit on this side here, so that's 3. 58 is broken up into 50 plus 8. Now we actually multiply 3 by each of these terms. So by 50 and then 3 times 8. So 3 times 50 gives us 150. Let me actually make this more fun, add some color here. So here we have 150. And on this side here, in the smaller rectangle, 3 times 8 gives us 24. So these are what we call partial products. Now we have to add the partial products together. So 150 plus 24 Always remember to line up your digits correctly in the right place. So this gives us a whole product or total of 174. Let's look at a second example. So here we have what is called 3 by 1 digit. So 3 digits, 593, multiplied by 6, a single digit number. So this time around, let's use a strategy that our kids have seen. So we're going to use the distributive property. So the distributive property has to do with breaking apart each digit in the larger number. So we're going to multiply 6 by 500. And then we're going to add that. Once we get there, we're going to add that to 90, right? Because the value of the 9 is 90. And finally, we're going to add the product of 3, this 3 that is in the ones place, and 6. So here, this gives us, I can actually break it up some more. So here we have 6, right, times 500, which gives us 3,000. And remember, it's 3,000 and not 30,000, because sometimes we can make this error. So 3,000. And then we have 6 times 90, which gives us 540, right? And those basic multiplication facts help us a lot, because we can just do 6 times 9, which is 54, and then add this 0. And finally, 6 times 3 gives us 18. So here's the 1 in the tens place, the 8 in the ones place. We are going to add our partial product. So our partial products in this case are 3,540 and 18. So that gives us a total product, or a whole product, of 3,558. I'm just double checking to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes, because again, it's quite easy sometimes. So yes, always line the numbers up correctly. Everything is looking good. So let's now work on one more way, one more strategy that is new, but at the same time not so new, because we've been using a lot of these tools and a lot of these ways of solving for the 2-digit and the 3-digit that we've worked on a bit last week. So this is, yes, as I said before, it's very likely that when you learned how to multiply, you use the standard algorithm. So which is like this: 2,047 times 9, which gives us 7 times 9 is 63. So we're going to regroup. Here's the 6. 36 plus 6 gives us 42. So here's 2. We're regrouping. 0 times 9 gives us 0. Any number multiplied by 0 is always 0, but we can't forget to add this 4. So here's 4. And finally, 2 times 9, or 9 times 2, right? So that gives us 18. So it's very likely that when you learned, this is the way that you did it, which is great, which is fine. But we also really want our kids to understand how 18,423 came to be the answer. So we're going to, right, break each digit in the larger number by place value or expanded form. So we have 2,000, we have 0 in the hundreds place. We have 40 in the tens place, and we have 7. So very similarly to what we saw before, we're going to multiply each of these by that single digit factor. Times 9 times 9. So here we have 18,000. 0 times 9 is 0. So that doesn't really, it doesn't add anything to what we're working with, right? 0 added to a number is always going to be that number. And then we have 40 times 9, which is 360. So let's, whoops, make sure that this is lined up nicely. 360. Just to not get confused, I guess I'll put, yes, I'll put the 0 here. I'll put it right in the middle so we know there's a big 0 there. And then we have 7 times 9, which is 63. So again, here are our partial products. And we're going to add these partial products. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3 is 3. Then we have 0 plus this 0 in the tens place, plus 6 plus 6, so that's 12. So here is 2, we're regrouping. In the hundreds place, we now have 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3, and then nothing at the bottom here, so that's 4. And then in the thousands place, we're bringing the 8 down, and then the 1 in the 10,000s place. So as you can see, we ended up with the same product, with the same total product, with the same answer. So, right, what's important is that you have different strategies that you can use. We always want you to use what works best and what makes the most sense to you. So as always, and these are the same tools that I shared with you last week. They're very important. They're very useful. So let's just go over them quickly. Super important. Memorize your multiplication facts. So study, study, study. Use your basic multiplication facts knowledge to help you with more complicated multiplication problems. Estimating, which we've been doing, is a fantastic way to check your work. And always show your work by using a visual model. So yes, even the standard algorithm or the area model, those we can see every part of the process. So show your work and use the strategy that works most and that works best for you, that you understand and can explain. So looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.